Today, Cartoon Breaking News, the highlights of this video. The first one is basically a new animated pilot from X, exclusive from X. It's now the most hated cartoon of the decade. Whoever thought it could be one of Mr. Bertram and Velma? I'll talk about that later on. The second highlight of this video is basically Eddie Murphy leaked there will be Shrek 5 a plus a spin-off movie. We talk about that later on. And the third highlight of the day is basically Villainous had a new book. It's all about Black Cat Manual, How to Be Evil, and the date will come out. I talk about that later on and so much more in today in Cartoon Breaking News. Of course, this is the first time on my channel. My name is Retro. I like to talk about animation, not just animation, reviews, first impressions, cartoon theories, and sometimes, if I have some spare time, cartoon breaking news. Of course, before I continue, I have to give 100% gratitude to all the people who helped me pass my goal to 1,000 subscribers. I finally did it, thanks to all of you. Especially it took me about 12 years, 1,100 videos, and now I finally got 1,000 subscribers. Thanks to you. It took a long time, but I finally did it. Thank you. Of course, you like to help my channel, put a like, comment, and subscribe. That's the only thing you need to do, the only thing you need to do. Because today, I have a new goal to actually pass 2,000 subscribers. It's a tall order, but we'll get there. Thanks to all of you and all the people who like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. Now, let's talk about the first news of the day. Now, the first segment of the day is basically on Twitter/X from the channel called Chimichanga 80. Now, if you don't know who is Eddie, Eddie is sort of the head of the wolf pack of building content that he knows. People, information, anything new about Villainous is straight from him because he has some contacts. But other than that, he reported right now doing this recording on Wednesday the 27th. That is the first post of the the fifth book, if I remember right, of Villainy, specifically How to Be Villain by Black Cat, that will be dropped on July the 7th. This is a correction, it was the 18th. 80 posts saying, yeah, I made a mistake, my bad, instead of the 18th this year. And you still sort of lost that Villainous has a lot of books. Each book it is important about the lore of Villainous universe. And this book specifically is built for one thing, instead of developing all the other side characters to know what actually happened. And the book is basically a manual how each villain take care of their own problem and how they met Black Cat. So it'll be kind of short stories or just sort of profiling of the certain character that you like or see in the background, getting more shine and more background detail about the information. Of course, when this book come out, I will break it down even more and especially talk about what the book is and all the characters. But I made several videos later on, depends how much information the book really has in the later future. But besides this, this book is hype because we are starving of new villain content. Because let's face it, it'll be a long while waiting when they're gonna drop it. Because the publishing deal of Penguins, they sort of want to sell more books of Villainous, is that they don't know when to drop it and how to drop it, and then being delayed because, believe it or not, Miss Seed a book documentary about herself that supposed to come out first, but somehow was delayed, and they decided to instead drop this book because it's supposed to be second to drop to Miss Heat. But I'm writing they switch places for no apparent reason. At least we don't know. Something was wrong or they couldn't translate into a different language. A lot of BS. But ironically, at least we have finally a book of Villainous once again to build up the world of Villainous even more. Just be hyped, be ready, and wait for me to drop that video explaining what type of characters you have and which character I probably make videos on, explaining more of the lore and more deeper in Villainous universe. Just be excited. Now let's talk about the next cartoon news. Now, this segment is probably the most confusing segment on today's cartoon breaking news because basically X are promoting a new cartoon pilot from just X original now words, and this show called the New Norm Show. Basically, it just one up, wokeness in making everything funny to make it safe to everybody just laugh of the stupidity of society. In other words, and that's sort of the point. The only problem is it's political. Basically, trying to be why they have to change certain things and making fun of it, and that's fine because this one supposedly is sort of like South Park, but the next generation. In other words, but the only problem is they just don't get what funny is. In fact, anything political cartoons usually kind of fails. In fact, 90% just fails completely. In fact, it has its own genre of it that just failure after failure after failure because they sort of misunderstood what is entertainment to making fun of political things. The only problem is there's not enough to make fun of it. If there is, just enough to make it sort of a skit or one episode in that set because characters need to evolve to become something else to understand what they were and what they end up to. Of course, you can actually make a good joke out of it, but once more, it's very limited. Only a few cartoons, political cartoons, can actually stands out and break on mainstream. The only two is Boondocks and King in the Hill. That's the only two political cartoons, even that you could say they're not really political. And the new norm trying to be fight basically wokeness and make fun of wokeness like Mr. Bertram, but once again, Mr. Bertram and the new norm show completely fails to understand what is funny. Also, the other problem, comedy is very subjective, and second of all, political things or make things on the time can easily be outdated because how long animation takes to make a show now. It sometimes takes 7 to 10 years. So you make something fun of wokeness, that sort of trend will easily die out. On top of this, the pilot is really boring. It's just sort of a guy complaining about how things change, how just beer stays the beer. In fact, the first joke is about beer being sort of promoting being gay friendly or something like that, and he complains, "I just want to drink beer, not be promoted by gayness or something like that." And that's sort of the problem because that is now outdated. On top of this, there is no joke. You just kind of are serving things without actually giving a punchline or a setup. I mean, they do set up a joke, but there's no punchline, and that is sort of the biggest problem. They just sort of basically commenting things while any comedy in between. The animation is fine. It's just the comedy. It just doesn't work very well. It's just sort of very sad. On top of all this is supposed to be a mini pilot, and no, it's not a mini pilot. It's a pilot. A pilot is a total of 3 to 7 minutes long. Nowadays, people think pilots are 45 minutes or half an hour. No, no. Pilot normally is 3 to 7 minutes. That's the basic long distance of a pilot, or usually 11 minutes. But that's sort of rare. You just get too much confidence of the pilot to give it more time. But all of that, this whole idea of this X cartoon was sort of very bad in taste in my mouth because it's not funny. It's not even saying anything. Even people are trying to get to watch this, they just don't like it because it's not funny in general. Once again, political cartoons are really hard to do. Even that people trying to be political cartoons or successful like Boondocks and King of the Hill, they just sort of briefly mention or set up sort of things, but they're not the main focus. It's the characters, and that's why those two shows are part of the most remembered and liked because they do develop the show and the characters. But all of that, did you hear about this cartoon? Do you hate it? Do you like it? Tell me down below. Let me know. Now let's talk about the next cartoon news. Now, this focuses on the Twitter account of Disgusting Films posted the new image of Dogman movie. Now, the people who don't know, Dogman is basically a very popular book series. I think could be the same universe in Captain Underpants and done the same creator of Captain Underpants. But Dogman is completely different of Captain Underpants. It had the same similar subversive kind of comedy, but Dogman has this sort of a little darkness, but it's still more silly than ever before. But the whole story of the origins of Dogman, especially a cop and his dog, basically chasing down a criminal, sort of accident happened. They both had to be operated, but instead to save them, they combined both bodies, body of the head of the dog and body human. And that day they were born Dogman because he had that sort of sense of justice and he had that nose of sniff. He wants to continue doing his job protecting the city, becoming a dogman, the cop. And that's basically what the book is about. And nobody really knows it was still going on because people, the original creator of Captain Underpants says, yeah, they're still working on Dogman. It's just taking longer than they actually thought. And that's basically what's the report. Till right now, they posted the first image of Dogman. Possibly come out maybe next year. Maybe things can change. But other than that, it seems right now they're on right track because sometimes making animated movies takes a long while. This is the reason why I have billions of dollars to 20 to 45 billion or 100 billion dollars put in a animated film because of retrials over and over again. Believe it or not, using the retrials or re-editing or re-scripting is the costly money of 80% of any single project of an animated movie. It's just sort of figuring out what works, what does, what removed, what added, what created for this specific film to make the character work. And usually that's sort of the trouble making animated movies, adapting very famous books to make it work. But hopefully this comes out good. Hopefully DreamWorks nailed this because I have never read the book, but I did like Captain Underpants, the movie, and also the series of Netflix. Hopefully they have the same creative funness, outrageousness, and great animation. But for right now, are you excited of Dogman? You're hyped? Tell me down below. Let me know. Now let's talk about the next animated news. Now our news segment is from ToonHub, posting a new trailer of Batman Cape Crusader. This is from Amazon Prime. It came out in August the 1st. And you know what? Seeing the trailer of this new Batman looks really hype. It's because it's from the same person who made the original 90s Batman, 92, or Batman More Tighter, if you like that sort of uh, correction. But besides that, this trailer does not feel disappointing. Of course, it feels more grounded, more adultish because that's the whole point. They want to push it really far best they can, but it feels real. That sort of realistic sort of take, that sort of back in 1920s, 1930s sort of Batman sort of take, it just feel real. Especially you introduce what happened to Two-Face, half is sort of ripped off, the other half's normal. I was like, you got me there. If you have Two-Face looking that grotesque, you have done something interesting. And every single image or even villain they show of this show is really pumping me up so much that I really want to see this now ever before. Because nobody knows this actually could work because the original team are sort of slipping a little bit. But this one feels back to basics and feels they really nailed it. Of course, there is one major problem. Well, the original voice actor, there are some questions that you can't go without Kevin Conroy. If you don't know who he is the original Batman voice, the Batman voice, the one that has set the standard how Batman should sound like. But the person who replaced him feels that he has the idea what Batman should be or how it sounds like. But that's all I can say because not seeing the series, just the trailer. But hopefully everything will fit right. Hopefully this will be a grand explosion. Just one question: why Warner Brothers sold this to Amazon? It's just beyond me. Besides being desperate for cash, you think this is the only IP they would die on, just keeping it on their own channel? But no, they sold it off. But besides that, are you hyped? Are you excited? Or I'm not sure yet. You want to see the first episode to actually be hyped or not? Tell me down below. Let me know. I got nothing else to say now. Nothing else to say. Just the next. Let's talk about the next news segment. Now, this from the Scooper. If you don't know who he is, he's basically a normal Scooper leaker news reporter, and he is basically leaking a new information about the Flintstones' new animated film. Yes, even that I clarified, this animated film is not connected to the new series of Fox of New Backrock. That's still in development, not yet come out. But this new animated movie is on development on the Warner Brothers Studios. Of course, this will be more classic Flintstones, the original cast, but the only thing that be slightly some updates of this new iteration of this animated movie. Now, that sounds very exciting because they're attempting to bring back so many times the Flintstones with spin-off, with side characters, or something else completely, but nothing really sticks because it's sort of hard to change the formula of the Flintstones because how iconic and recognizable it really is. And then intended to make another anime movie is as part of this more smart idea than making a series of the Flintstones because the Flintstones new bedrock of Fox is sort of follow Pebbles. This one still followed the original cast of the Flintstones, Fred, Barney, Velma, and etc. But other than that, that's the only thing they actually said for right now. That looking for new casting for new members, just sort of be hype, excited. Maybe this regrow curiosity or reawake the fandom of the Flintstones because there are not a lot of people still care about the Flintstones. Only they just want to complain instead adding some new material. But all of that, this could hopefully could work. I don't know you. I want to see first the trailer to actually really feel this is worth it or not, or wait for the new spin-off series, new background that nobody knows will be good or bad. I don't know you. How you thought about this news? Do you excited? Not sure? Tell me down below. Let me know. Last, let's talk about the new segment of the next cartoon news. Now, this new segment is followed in Animation Magazine posting on their website that the South Park creator Trey Parker and Matt Stone are recognized in the Hollywood Walk of Fame star. Basically, they were nominated to have their own star in the basically floor on Hollywood Boulevard. That you had to be nominated over 100 different people to get that sort of spot for you to be recognized to be sort of influential in entertainment. And you have to say it's about goddamn time because those two guys always been pushing animation, pushing adult comedy, pushing the censorship to the 11, and they deserve that star. It just took so long to recognize them, but it's for a reason. It's because it's just over 100 nominees each single year, plus even more sometimes. So it's sort of hard to select who did what if you think they were successful enough to actually put them in the Walk of Fame afterwards. But other than that, that was sort of interesting. But something more interesting facts. Nowadays, if they are nominated and win, they now had to pay I think $500 or $1,000 to put their name on the stone words. Yeah, they had to put out their own money just to put it there. But other than that, that's sort of a fun fact if you don't understand how the Walk of Fame works in Hollywood. But that's basically it. Nothing really that deep of this article. This article continues just telling about their careers, their influence, how they met, and that's basically it. But it's something it's just sort of fun and interesting to sort of talk about because it took a long while to be actually recognized being that good. Let's face it, no one could be those two, but all that how I felt about this, do you think they deserve it or you like me finally they actually got it? Tell me down below, let me know. Now let's talk about the next news cartoon. Now this episode is from Cartoon Room, pointing in fun fact about Fiona Cake. Now it originally was sort of a small 45-minute special in Disneyland. It was just supposed to fit in that complete slot, but in between that, they have basically a new management pitching for new animated series and something for Adventure Time. They thought, well, we have this sort of working on this special, let me show you. And they show Fiona Cake, and the new management loved it so much, it became its own series. That would actually happen of Kate. It never was supposed to be an anime series or a spin-off series. It's just sort of Disneyland special, and that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. It's just the management really liked this so much they believed it could be his own series. And it proved to be true because now they have a sequel series, it also multiple different series. Big because of this simple pitch, this simple idea that wasn't really that serious. It's something just sort of interesting and fun to talk about because let's face it, who expects the Adventure Time to continue on having new ideas, new spin-offs, new anything nowadays? But other than that, I just want to talk about it because it's sort of a fun fact. It's something interesting that I never actually knew about. Hopefully you appreciate it. Now let's talk about the next news cartoons. Of course, this is for Cartoon Base. Posted a new sort of post of new SpongeBob or SpongeBob Say Bikini Bottom with Sandy, and this is just new post of images of the new movie coming out next month of August the 2nd. And this is just sort of looks pretty fun. I mean, it sort of feel this could be a gag in this movie, even that you don't know and people don't know who people do know. It's the fact this movie was leaked, but we don't know which movie it really was because Netflix didn't like the movie how it came up and asked it to remake it again because it wasn't good enough. So we don't know if this is the new version, this is the old version, we just don't know. But the posts are just sort of interesting of the poster of Setting Bikini Bottom. One is Sandy showing her belt buckle, and also the second one is SpongeBob showing his belt buckle of Texas. And just sort of weird. We don't know much about, at least if you don't look at our Twitter slash X, anything about this movie. But other than that, what I do understand that people did not think this movie was any good. The people who watched pirated this one, but at least you know, so don't get your expectations super high. I probably will review this in the near future, but other than that, that's pretty much to say to this post. I don't know what to say. I mean, how you felt about this? Do you care? Do you not care? Or you lost interest when they actually leaked it out? Tell me down below. Let me know. Now let's talk about the next news segment. Now, another one cartoon based from Twitter slash X posting on their Twitter account saying the new look of Primos have been released and also the series premiere. The series will come out on July 25th, next day, Disney Plus. Now, this cartoon being controversy after controversy that we don't know will come out or they will come out. There's sort of a lot of questions. This is even a good idea because how maybe offensive the intro, even that it fixed the intro, fixed the little nitpicks here and there, tried to clean out and proof it up. But the only problem is that when the internet started hitting something, it just won't let go. Doesn't matter if they actually fix the issue, even that decide to re-animate it, fire everybody, hire a new cast, make this more anime or something in a different direction, it still will be sort of hated. Even that, if you do make the people happy, they're not gonna watch it because they're not the basically main focus. Because the main focus was little kids. If they don't get the little kids instead of getting adults, that means the project has failed because the main goal is get little kids to watch the series. So what's the point? So in other words, it's sort of damn you do, damn you don't sort of situation. So yeah, this show is pretty screwed with however you look at it. But I'm sort of interested how people will react finally watching the series. The people who have seen it or pirated it give it sort of a very positive reviews. They think it's cute. That's it. That's basically the most basically talked about this thing. This is adorable. This is harmless. At least their own opinion. Now, we're not mine. Not yet seen the first couple of episodes, but you get the idea. But honestly, we don't know how it's gonna react to the mass audience. They're gonna like it or hate it. Tell me down below how you feel about this. Do you care anymore? And I got nothing really much to say. Just let's talk about the new other news cartoon. Now this basically broke the internet because Shrek 5 it is confirmed it is coming. They actually have done. On top of all this, that Eddie Murphy accidentally sort of spilled the beans of they actually making a spin-off Donkey movie. That once again, he was just talking about a sort of interview and someone else asked a couple of questions. He just sort of left it leaked out that yeah, we are actually working on the Shrek 5. The first act is at least done, and also now working on Donkey's sequel. And that's something he shouldn't said. Now he said it. Now it's online that everybody are basically hyped to finally watch Shrek 5. It also ironically they made a joke a long time ago, not once, several times actually, that they should make a donkey movie. But once more, that was a joke, a sort of jab of Poots and Boots. It has its own spin-off series, but never really that serious. Eddie Murphy were never serious of making a spin-off movie of Donkey. It just was sort of a joke. In fact, I am a little disappointed they never combined Poots and Donkey together because both actors, both characters have great chemistry. That I was sort of surprised they never did a dual spin-off series because it sort of makes sense. If you've seen the first time they made or the sequel series of Shrek 2, that just makes sense to bring both of them their own spin-off series together, not separate. But who knows? Maybe the Donkey movie be so successful, the sequel series will make a Boots and Boots and Donkey movie together, just them. Because let's face it, both of them are just have so much chemistry. I'm surprised no one in Universal really thought about it or really thought, oh, they make both of them together in one film without Shrek, without any new cast, just them. Because let's face it, both of them just are just so likable together. I'm totally disappointed they never continued this sort of idea, or surprised they never considered it. But besides that, how you felt about this? Do you care about Shrek 5? Do you even care if Donkey have his own spin-off series? Tell me down below, let me know. Now let's talk about the next nuke segment. Now this segment is a little bit serious. It's about Tag. Tag is basically animated work. Nation Networks, they basically are the people who work between the animators and the companies because the new contract is about to start and begin on August 16th. But the only problem is cartoon after cartoon being canceled after one season for no apparent reason. It's because this is the right time to strike and redate the deal to save or at least fix the industry in a certain way that at least give them a chance to at least end the series. But this is what tag comes in. They're asking if you want to help out, put hashtag cancel cartoon and post at least 2 or 3 shows that was canceled abruptly. Because those kind of hashtags does help their cause to renegotiate the contract of animators, get better pay, more better insurance, and help the at least the project at least give them a sort of a decent ending. But other than that, if you want to help out and make sure all the shows at least don't cancel that soon or give them a proper ending, put a hashtag cancel cartoon and also follow tag on Twitter/X called Animated Work Nation. If you want more updates to the date come out on August 16th of the new contract we signed. For right now, that's the only information they have from Tag. If you want to know more, watch this specific channel or describe this channel of X. And that's basically it if you want to know about this sort of very important thing in animation. It is very important because if they don't do this contract the right way, animation will be more screwed than ever before. So hopefully the contract will be successful and they don't have to go on strike again. If it does, it will hurt more the anime industry. For right now, wait, follow Tag on the X account and get more information later down in the future. All that's all they actually post. Now let's talk about the next animation news. Now this segment I did report I think in my community tab, but I don't remember I did report it on my videos or cartoon breaking new videos. But this was sort of a Toon Hub or many other different sources also reporting that actually Amazon Prime will make a Winnie the Pooh sort of show or 12 or 104 episodes and top it off for holiday specials, but using AI. But ironically, someone posted on their Twitter account saying this is sort of ironic because or unjust that Disney pass on a show that has potential to be great of Winnie the Pooh. They showed two images of Winnie the Pooh. One was his character design with big in the sort of outside of the town, and another one a design of the town Winnie the Pooh visiting in. And the design or the art design of this pitch looks amazing. But this is from Cartoon Broom. I'm not Cartoon Broom. I'm sorry. I mean Cartoon Saloon company who pitched this idea to Disney, and they sort of rejected it. Now it's sort of ironic that because the book is now the Winnie the Pooh two first books is sort of free to anyone to now to adapt. Prime's now adapting over 100 plus episodes and four movies by using AI. But the first images of Winnie the Pooh seem sort of empty or heartless to compare to Saloon's. Their depiction of Winnie the Pooh has a lot of heart and warmth. And you compare back to back, you really see what people mean that AI is sort of soulless. But once more, AI is there to help, not guide the art. It's the artist should guide the art, not the AI. But honestly, we don't know if this will be some changes or not. But this is sort of the result. On top of all this, people were complaining if this is sort of successful, the artist won't get paid less than before. So yeah, this is the sort of difficult thing of animation right now. Hopefully they fix this on the next final contract of Tag that I reported last time. Hoping they can fix this or rearrange in a way to help animators get better pay. It also fixes sort of weird I'm counting that AI sort of art direction. Hoping they sort of help it tweak just enough to lead into more of the artist's point of view than the company's point of view. For right now, just wait and see what happens next of this sort of weird development. All that was your opinion on this. And now let's talk about the next cartoon news. Now, this report comes from Toon Hub posting all Gravity Falls first season will now be available watch to free on YouTube. They actually put a link down below to watch the first episode or the first season of YouTube. Of course, season 2 will probably on Disney Plus, but it's sort of ironic how popular this show really is. I'm 100% sure this was sort of a tactic for them to have more aware of Gravity Falls, or at least have people remember Gravity Falls, because they are coming a new book in the near future meant for the more older audience. If you grew up watching Gravity Falls or just an old fan who want more material, because it is coming. I guess this is sort of a sneaky way to promote more Gravity Falls or get more fans to buy the new book in the future coming. Once more, a very smart tactic, but at the same time to get more bigger fan base and recognizable. But besides that, how you felt about this? Are you excited or not? Or you rewatch the whole season again? Tell me down below. Let me know. Now let's talk about the next cartoon news. Now, this is from Nick4 from X/Twitter. Of course, if you don't know who's Nick4, he's basically a person who is sort of kind of cartoon reporter, but also historian. But after that, he also reports sort of updating news. And this is sort of a opinion piece, a very small one, that also posting on the new post of Disney Animation Nation that was sort of surprising to this person, because back in the day, this sort of promotion is sort of bad in a way. I mean bad that how he posted it or she posted it, that this usually is rare to see, because no other network will allow other networks to promote any new blog or any other cartoon besides theirs. Because Animation Nation from Disney was posted report come out Boomerang, Nickelodeon, and Cartoon Network. Three of the biggest cartoon websites or channels of animation mainstream. And now they're allowing to promote this in their own channel. And that is just sort of very weird, because that's sort of taboo. You should not do that. Do not promote your competition. But nowadays, sure, let it go, let it happen. And that's just sort of mind-blowing, because the only network who got away with this sort of promotion is Cartoon Network, because Nickelodeon wasn't really vigilant enough to who to pick to promote their stuff in commercials. They accidentally let Cartoon Network to promote their stuff in their channel by accident, and that was sort of the 90s, and that was sort of huge. Everyone was talking back in the day, and nowadays they're just promoting left and right, and this is what the whole post is about. Something just sort of surprising because it never had happened before like this. They really show you how things is sort of changed now than the past. Now nobody really cares which channel got promoted to what. You just the product must be shown by everywhere. It's just sort of surprising how everything just sort of became a new thing that just changed the rules of streaming now it works. It's just sort of shocking. But besides that, do you care about this sort of kind of interesting sort of post or not? Tell me down below, let me know, and let's talk about the next news segment. Now, this segment is from Glitch Production, posting our new sort of project coming soon. And mostly, this is called Gaslight District. It's all about sort of noir detective, but sort of gangsters. The whole point of this pitch is basically sort of ending the world, but imagine a lot of dead people, but more focusing on about sort of the survival about this gang who trying to reclaim control of this new world or another world. In fact, the first couple of images, you just see sort of dead people using lights, but we don't know much about it. It's just sort of the synopsis. But it seems to me a lot of people are interested because it's Glitch Productions. Anything they do, people are interested because how big of the fan base they already have. This can easily pass 1 billion views or 2 billion views the first couple of hours because of simple curiosity, because it's a new project from the studio. But all of that's all it really is. But it is sort of curious. We just see a simple kind of light head skull kind of design with lights shining compared to the people the own dead eyes. We don't know the full story, but it is sort of interesting, especially about this guy attempted to take control of whatever is left of the end of the world. Yeah, I wonder why and how, and what the reason why they have control of it. Just sort of kind of interesting. That itself just intrigues so much to give it at least a chance. Now, one question is, are you interested about this? Do you want to see it, or want to see the trailer to at least give you an honest opinion? Because I am very interested. Anything the Glitch production do put out, you need to see it once because you're just curious what kind of idea they actually accepted to be acceptable for them. Honestly, we don't know. We find out later on. Possibly they do have a date. Wait, yeah. Possibly will come out, will be released on July 25th, 2024. Next month, during this recording, the first pilot of the Gaslight District. So be hyped, set your calendar, and be ready for probably the most weirdest idea yet. I am. I got nothing else to say. Nothing else to say. It's just what's your opinion. Now let's talk about the next cartoon news. Now this news statement is sort of sad because if you're waiting for the art book of Amphibia supposedly come out this year, 2024, Contribute has posted that will be sort of now delayed to next year because it is confirmed of the one of the main creators of this book that will be delayed on March 25th, 2000. March 25th, 2025. They do not have the date right now, but that's sort of be delayed to next year. So yeah, some people if you're excited to get the book this year, unfortunately you can't next year. But it doesn't say why it's delayed. Probably the designs are not finished, or they just have to rewrite a few things. Usually that what's usually wrong with it. But other than that, that's the only thing updates they actually give it. It's up to you. Do you care? Do you not? Do you prefer wait after the finish, or you just want it now? Tell me down below. Let me know. Now let's talk about the next news article. Now, this is our last segment for the day. This is from Kotaku, sort of promoting a new animated pilot indie they call Personal Issue. The first trailer of this pilot is just sort of incredible. In fact, in Kotaku's sort of website, it does explain this was sort of a pilot, but also working on a new game at the same time. And we just watched the trailer. or at least the trailer of the first pilot, it looks incredible. A simple design, but yet just so well made. It just dropped. I mean, I just couldn't grasp my mind to it how incredible intricate it really is. The whole trailer just sort of shows a guy who trying to go in operation, running away, trying to get to it, and now you're just seeing him injecting something on him. But the visual, the metaphor, the movement of the camera, it's just like this is indie. It's like this is just that incredible. It's just something that people put their heart and soul into it. Just the trailer. It's not the pilot yet. This is just the promotion, but yet it has so much things to say. It's something that I highly recommend. Just watch the trailer and hoping the game will come out because this is the visual for the pilot. I wonder how the game will look like or how it plays because it's just truly incredible. I am this excited because it's just so good. It's just impressive. I think I highly recommend just watch the trailer because the trailer just nails what they're trying to say. You honestly don't know what it is exactly. The Kotaku article doesn't say that much, but it's visually interesting. Something you just want to see more, but you can tell what this actually is. It's just sort of a guy transforming to something else because of the operation. But the only thing I can say is that because in the trailer it doesn't give that much information. But other than that, it's something it's just mind blowing. I recommend just watch it. But other than that, have you seen this? Do you know what it is? Do you want to tell more about it? Tell me down below, let me know, or your honest opinion, or any opinion of this cartoon series I reported here. Do I miss one? Tell me down below. I probably mention it next time. Maybe not. I don't know because I have a bad memory. But other than that, that's all I can say in today's cartoon breaking news. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. And don't forget to subscribe. Bye.